What's up? So I'm back with another video, and this time it is the Tesla Model S Plaid. So today I'll be talking about the features, quirks and the bizarreness of the new Tesla Model S Plaid. So what is it exactly? It is a family car. It is the quickest production car on the planet as of now. I mean, it is quicker than most of the Ferraris, Paganis, Koenigseggs, McLarens, you name it, it is quicker than that car. It has two trunks, it has five seats, and one of the main features this Tesla boasts about is that it can carry a full bicycle without even removing its front tire. Now let's start with the interior of the Tesla Model S Plaid. The main change that we can see here is the new steering wheel. I mean, it is the most controversial thing about this car. What Tesla calls it is as the yoke steering wheel. Now, I mean, it is obvious that it is going to create some problems in the beginning, but it'll take some time to get used to, and people will get used to it. But nevertheless, it is quite strange and odd for a jet fighter type steering wheel, to be honest. Now, the next feature, which I find very bizarre or quirky, is that the gear change, the gear selection method in this car. Now, in an ordinary car, you have levers, you have dials, you have buttons, you have whatnot. But in the Tesla Model S, the minimalistic car, you don't have any buttons, you don't have any levers, no switches, no nothing. The car tells it to you on so as to what gear you should be in. I mean, it just does everything for you. Besides having the $10,000 option of an autopilot, it just tells you what gear you should be in. If the predictive gear selector does not work according to your preferences or choices, you can just swipe up in the big display to move forward and swipe down to move backwards. I mean, isn't that pretty neat? Besides that, now if the electricals fail somehow, then what happens is that there are P, R, and D buttons in the center console which lights up when the electronic screens or the predictive function fails, and in and only in that case they light up and you are allowed to use them. Besides that, you cannot use them, like never ever. You can just follow your car or you can just swipe up in the screen, as simple as that. Moving on to the main attraction, the second main attraction after the steering wheel, the big new front screen. uh, the screen is pretty large, as it has been since the dawn of Teslas. It is an amazing, swift, very responsive touchscreen system. It has all the connected car apps, it has Spotify, it has web browser, it has every sorts of gimmicks. Now you can control almost everything about your car through the touchscreen, including the headlights, the air conditioning system, everything. You can even, I mean, there are literally no buttons whatsoever besides the buttons that are present on the steering wheel, which I will come on to in a second. Now in the screen, there is a section named as the toy box. Now when you enter the toy box, there are a variety of features that you can get access to. The most bizarre feature that I think is the feature wherein you can change the driving sound as well as the horn sounds. Now there are some preset options just to which you can choose, like there is applause whilst you honk, like there are normal horns, and then you can select applause that will play instead of the horn. I mean, think about it. You're going on a street, you honk, but instead of that, your car is applauding. I mean, how cool is that? Besides the preset sounds, you can also upload your own sounds. Like if I want to upload me screaming and make it my horn noise, I mean, as in when I horn, my car just screams. I mean, I can do that. How fun is that? I mean, imagine people driving a Tesla, they honking, and instead of normal honk, the car is just screaming. I mean, it's just so cool. Moving on to the air conditioning system. Now the aircon vents, they're hidden. I mean, considering the minimalistic theme, you wouldn't want any aircon vents in your face, right? So what Tesla has done is that they've integrated the aircon vents for the passenger side in the dashboard and in the gauge cluster in the driver's side. I mean, it is ingenious, but at the same point of time, it is a bit unconventional too. Now, moving on to the back seat, three people, I guess four people would be comfortable, not three people, but you can seat three people if you want. Now, as most of the cars, this car has heated and ventilated seats in the front, but it also has heated seats in the back, and the middle seat in the back row is also heated. Now you can see the attention to detail that Tesla has paid to this car. So moving on to the second screen in this car, that is the rear screen. The rear screen has preset Netflix, Hulu, Twitch, etc. You can access those apps, and at the same point in time you can opt for the video game console for the rear seat, which comes with a Tesla specific controller. And I just like want to go back to the front screen again. Now we were talking about the toy box, right? Now in the toy box there is also a feature called as arcade. Now when you enter that arcade, there are multiple, a plethora of games which you can play in your car whilst you're waiting and doing nothing. So you can use the car steering wheel and the pedals to play the game. Just imagine you're just waiting, you're doing nothing, and you're able to play video games in your car. This same thing can be done in the rear seat using the Tesla specific controller. I mean, it is the quickest car on the planet right now, and it has two video game consoles. I repeat, two. I mean, just imagine you're doing 150 miles per hour in your super fast family sedan whilst your family's playing video games in the car. Bonkers. Uh, what I will not be commenting on today is the ride quality, the comfort, and the real life driving experience, and fit and finish, and the build quality. Why? Because as I'm in India, I don't have access to the Tesla Model S Plaid as of now. But I will be attaching a clip by one of my fellow YouTubers, Doug Demuro, wherein you can see the acceleration of the car, and it is just amazing. Just have a look at it.
I'm gonna start with what everybody wants to do. Oh! Oh! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh!
Now that you've experienced the thrill of seeing the car accelerate, I mean, it is just amazing. The performance is phenomenal. But what I've heard is that the fit and finish and build quality is not uh, of what you'll expect from a $150,000 car. Now, moving on to the price of the Tesla Model S Plaid version, it is just a shade under $150,000, which roughly translates to 1.1 crore in Indian rupees. But due to the import duties and taxes and whatnot, my rough estimate is that it would cost around 2.1 crores to 3 crores in that segment only. Now, this price range is within the likes of the S class as well. So, what you get in your $150,000 is that you get the performance like you wouldn't have even expected to get out of a family sedan. I mean, this car has five seats, this car has two trunks, and this does 0 to 60 miles per hour or 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 1.9 seconds. I mean, it does a quarter mile in under 10 seconds. I mean, just out the mind numbers if you think about it. And unlike the previous Model S's, the acceleration is not that it'll slow down after a certain speed. The acceleration, the power, the torque, everything is constant all throughout your driving experience. I mean, you're just cruising along the highway, you're putting your foot down, you're accelerating, and there you see you're driving at 110 miles per hour. I mean, I wouldn't care if my car does not accelerate as fast as it should after 110 miles per hour. I mean, I'd be more than happy. Just this piece of art by Tesla is just amazing. But what it lacks is the build quality and fit and finished, so I've heard. But in matters of performance, in matters of efficiency, just bang for buck. Uh, that's it from my side. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to my channel. I'll catch you in the next one.